And I have my favorite little doggy here with me. She's just hanging out and she's very, very sleepy right now. So, um, I think of her like my little blankie. She's so sweet. I love her so much. I call her my little shusher. She's my little shusher. Mwah. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for like maybe 45 more seconds and then I'm gonna get started. I love you, sugars. I love you. It's my shusher, my little shusher. She make me happy when skies are gray. You never know how much I love you. Don't take your sunshine away. I love you, puppy. I love you so much. I love you so much. Okay, so yes, she's so sleepy, everybody. But I'm gonna let her sit down in my lap while I talk to you all. Today I wanted to talk about this prophetic word that God is providing. Listen, so last week was one of the hardest weeks of my year so far, and I pray that it doesn't get any harder than this. But I just want to let you all know that God is providing. He is definitely providing. Sometimes when you think that he's not providing, he's absolutely providing. In his lack of provision, that is provision. Like, for example, because sometimes he might be trying to hide you away from something that you thought you were supposed to have. And he's saying, no, I don't want you to have this because I have something better in store for you. And so over this past week has been rather difficult. When I say I had continual losses, and this past Saturday my car just completely like just broke down. And it just coming back from a whole year of just drama, like dealing with from May 2021 when I first purchased the vehicle all the way up until this past weekend. um it was the 26th, maybe the 26th, November 26th, 2022. And I just felt really, really bad because I was like, wow, what's going on with my vehicle? Like, why is it, Lord, that I went to go get this vehicle and I'm thinking that the person that I purchased it from was just being truthful with me, but the entire time he was just being deceptive. And this is going somewhere. So I want to make sure that you all know this is relevant for your life as well. Make sure that you vet this word by the Holy Spirit and see where it relates to your life. But you gotta, just because that person has a familiar face doesn't mean that they mean well for you. You could be getting to know somebody, or you feel like you're connecting with somebody that is good to do business with, or they're kind, or you may feel that way, but that's not what God is saying. Like he might be trying to keep you away from that connection because he knows the intentions of their heart. He knows that they don't mean you any well, and they're just trying to make a quick buck, and they're not motivated to take care of you. They're motivated for something else. And so that's what I saw. Like I literally had been trying to be quiet over the past year, 2021, all the way up until like not too long ago. And I was just like, wow, Lord, why am I trying to save this person even though they weren't that nice to me? Like they literally got my money, got the down payment or whatever, and then I had been paying on time my car note every single month and just taking care of everything. But like I had issues from almost day one. And he was just telling me, oh, use your extended warranty. You can do this, you can do that. But I want to let you all know this. Like, if you're buying a used car, make sure that you don't go by yourself. Don't go by yourself. Go with somebody that knows what they're talking about, and preferably take a mechanic with you, somebody that can come on the scene and actually look at the vehicle. Ask the car dealer to be able to look up under the hood to do like a full inspection before you take that car off the lot. Go for a test drive. Don't just believe the person for face value, because that's where a lot of times people will get bamboozled, and you're like looking like me spending thousands of dollars later, and it put me in a deficit financially, and I should have never gotten into this situation because I worked very hard for the money that I have. As a single divorced mom of three kids, I really should not have gone through that. And so, and really anybody for that matter, whether you are not divorced or you're married, or a lot of times when you're married you have your spouse to go with you. So that's why I say it's such a big deal with me being a divorced mom of three. Like, I'm single, so I didn't take anybody with me, and I really should have taken my father with me. And in hindsight is always 2020. So we're like, oh my god, I woulda, shoulda, coulda, but it's already too late. And so I just had to text message a guy today, and I was extremely angry because I'm just like, yeah, you were just very deceptive. And I had been telling him from day one what was going on. But you know what? God provides, and a lot of times if you look back on your life, you're going to see that God was trying to keep you away from certain things, but you wanted to go on and do certain things. Like, don't push against the grain. If it's not working out for you, it's because it may not supposed to be working out. That God might be trying to shield you away from the pain that you may be going through months on down the line, a couple of years down the line. He sees far beyond the reaches of your eyes. Like, you're not able to see how far down the line that he is able to see. And so if you're being held back from this situation, don't get mad at him because it's not working. Maybe it's not working because it's for your good. You've got to understand that he knows and he sees all, and he sees the intentions of people even when they're trying to keep their little smiling faces on, like, oh yeah, I'm here to help, and all while in the background it's like, oh yeah, I just need you to pay me my money, and that's all that I'm caring about, is that you give me money. Like, pay me, pay me, pay me. And they don't care whether you live or die. They don't care whether the service or the product that they give you, whether it works or not. It was just really about a paycheck at the end of the day. And so, with that being said, I want you all to safeguard yourself and understand that God knows and he sees, and he's not going to let you be put to shame. And so, what I actually thought I was supposed to be paying today, God cut that pretty much in half. I was like, oh my God, I got to come up with all this money today. I got to pay this today. I had been stressed and frustrated. And so, because my car is inoperable right now, I went ahead and called my insurance company to take off the things that I don't need right now, and just get ready so I can either see what's going to come next. Like, I don't want to have to pay this big astronomical amount when the car is inoperable. So you always report back to the certain entity that is insuring your vehicle and let them know what's going on. I'm just transparent. I want people to know, like, hey, you're insuring this vehicle, but this is what's going on with the vehicle. And so the lady was extremely kind today. She let me know what perks and stuff that I had available, and that I didn't have to be as stressed as I thought I was supposed to be. And so I'm just like questioning God and just being frustrated with God. Like, God, and how? Like, why? And that's not what I should have been doing. I should have been saying, I should have come to God in a more respectful manner, and I should have come to him in a more grateful manner. Like, God, I know that you're going to take care of me. I know that you're not going to put me to shame. I know that you're going to look out for me. And a lot of times he'll allow you to go through certain things so he could build your character. He could build your spiritual muscle, because we forget sometimes that he is all seeing and all knowing, and that he'll see past everything that you think that you can't handle with your little human eyes. Like, your little human eyes are not even that old. Like, we're not as old as this world. We're not as old as our creator. And so, with that being said, we've got to totally put everything on the altar and leave it there for him. A popular saying is that if you're going to worry, don't pray. And if you're going to pray, don't worry. And I understand, as a human being, sometimes we could be stressed out. Like, God, I'm living here in this existence. And yes, I'm stressing because this bill is due and I don't know how it's supposed to be done. But looking back, hindsight, even from last week, God, I was looking at double the stress when all he wanted was half. And so I'm like, God, I'm so sorry. Like, so I was able to work and cut down on that bill, but also I didn't even have to pay what I thought I was going to have to pay. And so I pray that that's going to be a blessing to somebody else as well. Like, you might be frustrated and you might be aggravated and you're like frustrated with God, but he you didn't even exhaust your resources. Did you even ask around? Did you talk to the people that love you and that care for you and that's looking out for you? Like, did you Did you talk to anybody? But wait, there's more. During this time of me needing something, I had some help or some people to make offers, and I'll say it like that. I had someone to make an offer, but you gotta weigh the cost of what that offer entails. No, baby, you don't need a sugar daddy. No, baby, you don't need somebody to just be like, oh, I can give you this for this. You gotta be careful because you have to weigh the cost of what that person's help is coming from. Like, why are they wanting to help you? What are you gonna have to give in return? You have to be very careful not to accept help from everybody. Excuse me. Excuse me. So don't get so giddy. Don't get so needy to the point where you're gonna accept help and then you gotta look over your shoulder because that person that you accepted help from, they're expecting something in return. And so there are multiple tests that you're gonna have to pass during those trying times because Satan will come. It's like, oh, I can give you all of this. I can give you all of this. Yes, I have some connections that have plenty money. But what's on the other side of that? Did you want me to sleep around with you so I can get some of the resources that you're offering? Or are you giving me these resources because it's out of the goodness of your heart? Because when somebody is really giving you something and it doesn't have any strings attached to it, they're not looking for anything in return. They can be here or they don't have to be here. And it's not like, oh, well, let me come and see you and I can give you. Or I can let me come to your house and I can do this. No, you have to be careful. Ladies specifically, because this typically happens with a love interest. They will um see where your vulnerability lies and they'll go after it. So I want you to be careful. Don't be so needy. You got to be careful. Be very, very careful, okay? But with that being said, I want you to trust God. Like that was my biggest lesson for this past week. God knew exactly what I needed, and He was gonna take care of it. And then on top of it, my one of my closest friends, who I consider like a sister in Christ, she was like, "Hey, here's a car. Here's a car. You can use it. I work from the house. Here's the car, and it's a beautiful car. Of course, I know I'm not gonna have it forever, but I have it right now. And so God, He'll provide. It may not be in the way that you think that the provision is supposed to come either, but trust Him for everything. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you all for watching. My name is Latoya. I talk about faith, family, and business. You all have a great day. Thanks for watching.